One final word on the Cowboys, but this time on the 2025 Dallas Cowboys. Look, I realize they haven't been playing many of their starters. I think they played 7 of 22 the other night against Baltimore at Dallas. And I'm trying so hard this year not to be a doom and gloomer. I'm really trying so hard to like, maybe even love this team. But now I've watched 2 preseason games. I watched every last snap of them as Ernestine yelled at me, "You're not finished yet?" No, I got to watch Will Grier play the fourth quarter. Ugh. Okay, but even as I watch 2s versus 2s, second string versus second string, or 3s versus 3s, the Cowboys are just getting dominated by the Rams and the Ravens. So last week I read in Sports Illustrated, they ranked the Cowboys running back core as the worst in the NFL. And I couldn't even get mad about it because, yeah, probably so. So the other night against Baltimore, and Baltimore is the best against the run, even the backups. But we ran it 20 times for a grand total of 51 yards. 20 for 51, that's 2.6 a crack. Javonte Williams didn't play. Miles Sanders did. I've always kind of liked him. But in the end, he's just a guy. Maffa, the rookie. Jaden Blue hasn't played. He's got an ankle issue. I watched Jaden Blue a lot at Texas. He's a luxury back, third down specialist. Get him in space with a little flip pass. He can fly, but between the tackles, he can't be an every down back. Deuce Vaughn, I loved him at Kansas State, and he just hasn't flashed. It flashed a couple of years ago in the preseason, but he just hasn't been enough, just too little. So we have the worst running game in the league, and then I have to watch my quote-unquote backup quarterback up against my former backup quarterback in Cooper Rush, now a Baltimore Raven. What a great move it was by them to sign him. And he's just consistently completing passes. I know he threw the one pick six. But the Cooper Rush is really good. He's the best backup in the league, and Jerry should have paid a little more to keep him. But no, he's got to save his pennies for Micah to be the most overpaid defensive lineman ever, defensive player ever. So, again and again now I've had to watch Joe Milton try to prove he can be the backup quarterback because the Cowboys traded for him, so they're going to give him every last chance to win the backup job. And I've seen 3 quarters and 3 quarters of Joe Milton, and I'm here to tell you, he just can't play quarterback. Struggled at Michigan, struggled at Tennessee, struggled as a Patriot till the last game when no starters played on either side against Buffalo, and he had a nice game, and that convinced the Cowboys it was a virtual, like preseason kind of game for the last regular season game. He accidentally won it and cost the Patriots Travis Hunter. That's what happened. Say it ain't so, Joe. Because, Joe, I'm sorry. I just can't see it, Joe. You weren't born with that thing, that feel for playing the hardest position in sports, that poise, that command. I just don't see it. I loved Will Grier at West Virginia, but he's just bounced around, never gotten his shot. Sometimes you're just never in the right place at the right time, so they keep throwing Will Grier into the ultimate garbage time of the fourth quarter of a preseason game, and I don't know how to evaluate him. His first pass the other night was really good. I think he's a little better feel for the position than Joe Milton. But this is what it's come to for the Cowboys. Boy, Dak better stay upright. And And is Dak ever in his all-time career best comfort zone? Because he knows nobody's going to be screaming for Joe Milton to replace him when he struggles. And hopefully for once he won't struggle. By the way, on Tuesday, August 26th, it's FanDuel Futures Day, a new holiday for football fans. It's 24 hours of deals on all your football season predictions. So take a flyer on the MVP race. I'm going to take a flyer on Jaden Daniels. I think the Commanders will get McLaurin signed, just like the Cowboys will get Micah signed. Commanders added Debo and Tunsil. This offense will be the NFL's most explosive. I'm going Jaden Daniels MVP, slightly over Josh and Lamar and Saquon. So mark your calendars. This is your day for your hunches, your hot takes, your calls, and your odds. Visit FanDuel.com / my first name, SKIP. That's FanDuel.com / SKIP, Skip, to join today and start planning your futures bets now, because Futures Day is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game. Joe Milton did throw one nice ball because he's a big young man with a huge arm. He threw one nice deep ball that Jonathan Mingo came down with, and I guess it was on that play. Jonathan Mingo, I guess, tore up his knee. That's the report. I don't know. What else can go wrong? Meanwhile, I keep watching the Eagles that I picked to win it all last year preseason, and they did. And I'm watching their first two draft picks light it up. Andrew Makuba, pick 6 on Dylan Gabriel. And it just looks like as a late second-round pick, he's going to be a star. He'll step right in for C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who I've always loved, who was such a difference maker wherever he's been, but for the Eagles last year. And I thought they were going to miss him, but maybe they'll miss him a little, but not a lot, with this kid stepping right in. And then I'm watching Jihad Campbell fly off the edge with such explosive ferocity. Late first-round pick, and they stole him from Alabama. And Howie Roseman strikes again. Then they go get John Mechie in a trade to beef up their receiver room, and I don't know what to tell you. They have Howie Roseman, we're stuck with Jerry Jones. And it just keeps going like this. Just like this. I'm trying to at least like Brian Schottenheimer, but as much enthusiasm as he seems to bring with his cap on backwards, as much upbeat talk as he talks to the media, I just don't see any new pep in the step of this football team. I don't see anything new. Usually a new coach, new culture, you start to see new energy in the team. I don't see it at all. I know the starters haven't really played, but I just don't see it team-wide. So Mike is going to wind up practicing twice before the opener, and he won't be in shape, and he'll be, knocking on wood here, he'll be at risk, obviously, of pulling something early in the season. I love Donovan Ezeruwaka, second-round pick, and he played the other night. I kept looking for a flash. I didn't get a flash. I still want to love him. I still love George Pickens. I love what CD said in his sideline interview the other night on the Cowboys telecast, that Dak's connection with George Pickens has been underrated, said CD. Underrated. Well, not here. Not by me. I think he's going to change life. I do. Change CD's life, change Dak's life. He's the best deep threat in the NFL, with a chip on his shoulder pads to show Mike Tomlin just how wrong he was, to say more trouble than worth, too immature, too much of a hothead. and chip on shoulder to show Jerry Jones in his final year of his deal that he's worth a new long-term deal, playing for a contract. So come on, Shoddy. At least play some of your starters for a quarter against Atlanta. Let everybody, let them and us feel a little better about what we're seeing, because so far it's just looking like the gap, the Grand Canyon style gap between Dallas and Philadelphia just gets grander and grander and wider and bigger. And it's just horrifying to me. But I'm hanging in.